Hello everyone, welcome to the next lecture in our object-oriented programming through Java. In our last lecture, we learned about introduction to inheritance, where we learned about what actual an inheritance is and what is the requirement of having this concept in Java. And we also observe there the different ways of reusability can be ensured by the inheritance. So in this lecture, we will be learning in detail about this single inheritance concept. So before going to learn about single inheritance, let me revise the concept of inheritance quickly. Normally, inheritance is used to achieve the concept called reusability. That means if something is already designed by one class, then instead of designing the same class, we can just acquire those properties by using the extends keywords or by using the implements keyword. So if you are extending a class properties, we need to use the extends keyword. But if you are implementing or if you are getting the properties of an interface, then you need to use the implements keyword. So we are not learning about interface as of now. We are learning about how extends keyword can be used. And we also learned the properties which we are going to extend, then from which class. That class is referred as a superclass, base class or parent class, and the class which acquires those properties is referred as your subclass, derived class or the child class. So in this lecture we will see single inheritance in detail. So normally single inheritance can be defined like this, where we will be having only two classes and one class acquires the properties of other class, or else one class acquires the properties of other interface. So we are not going to learn about this implements keyword, we are going to learn about this extends keyword only. Okay, so let us see an example behind the single inheritance. So let me take one class first. That class is called as a class A, and in this class I am taking two variables called ij, and I am taking one method called show ij method, where in this method I am displaying the ing variables only. That's it. That is this class. Now I am taking another class B, and this class will be extending the properties of class A. What do you mean by this one? Then in this class A already ij is defined, and show ij method is also defined. That means this class B can use this ij and show ij method also. How it can be used, I'll show you. Now let me define other than these things, if anything is required in class B, we can write that in here. So I want to take one variable called k, and also I want to take one method called show k. Okay, now and also I want to have one more method called sum method, where in this sum method I am trying to print the sum of I, j, k. Observe here in class B we have not written ij, but we are using the sum method ij. So there is no problem here. Why? Because ij are derived in the are defined in our class A, and class B is extending that class A. So there is no problem to the compiler, and it will not throw any error, because class B can get all the properties which are defined in class A. Along with that, these properties are also it will get. Okay, so simply by adding a keyword called extends and writing the class name like this. Okay, now let us these are the two classes. Now let us write our main method, and the main method is available in a class called example. So our main method is public static void main. In this main method, let me create first the objects of class A and class B. Okay, so the object of A is small a and the object of class B is small b. Now, if you want to assign the values of I and j using A object, then how can we do that? We can do that A dot I, A dot j, like that we can assign. These things you already know. And if you want to call this method show ij, then simply you can call that method using the object name dot show ij. But remember, A cannot assign the values of K. Why? Because A is not extending B. That is not there. So, A dot K we can't write. Now, by using B object, whatever B object we have created, we can assign the values of Ij and we can assign the value of K. Why? Because B is extending A. So, we can write B dot I, B dot J, B dot K. There is no problem if you are assigning like this. Okay, now we are displaying the contents of B by simply calling show ij method. You can observe here show ij method I am calling by using B object, where this show ij is defined in class A, but there is no problem here. Why? Because B is extending your class A. Okay, so we can call b dot show ij, we can call b dot show k also. There is no problem. And then we can call b dot sum, that is normal way of doing that, and we will be getting the values of I plus j plus k output. So we will be getting an output of this one. So let us run this program and let us check how it will be executing. Okay, so let me write on the code first. So how can we write on the code is, first let us create one class called class A, and in the class, for our simplicity, let me take one variable only, int I. I am taking only one variable. Okay, and I am creating a method called, or I am writing a method called show I, and in the show I method I will be I want to display this I value. Okay, you all know how to write the methods and all. Okay, system.out.println, I am displaying the I value. Okay, and then after displaying the I value, I will be closing my A class. So this is completely your class A, where we have taken one variable and we have taken one method called show I. So that is only for this class A. Now if I write class B, I am writing one more class B, and in this class B wants to get the properties of A. What are the properties of A? Variable I and show method. Then we can simply get that one by writing extend. So let me first not extend that. Okay, to understand this one, let me write int j. J is applicable only for this one, and then I'll be writing show, my method is void show j. This is my method. Okay, now here I want to display the j variable. So for doing that, what can we do? Simply we can write system.out.println j equal to plus j. I hope you all are understanding what I am doing here. Okay, and then now we have written two classes, class A and class B. Now let us write our main method, main class. My class is class example, and in this class, let me class example, ex13. Okay, now here I will be writing my main method. You all know this one. Okay, now in the main method I will be creating an object of, okay, there should not be any semicolon. I will be creating an object of class A. How to create an object of this class A, how to create an object of this class A, you all know. You need to write class name and then the object name. Let us call the object name is small a equal to new A. Okay, and after creating an object like this, we can assign the values for I of class A. Class A values of object, that means our object is A. You can assign the values for I. How can you assign the values? A dot I. You can write the values simply. You can use the assignment operator and you can use the value 10. And then now you can call A dot, you want to display the I value, then you can do A dot show I. You all are clear with this concept. Okay, now I am creating an object of B. Okay, how can we create an object of B? B, any name, any object name can be given. So new B. Now with B, what are all the properties we can use? We can use J, we can use show J, but we can't get the properties of A and B. Okay, but if you are trying to get the properties of A and B, properties of A, then it will throw an error. Why? Because B is not extending A as of now. So how can we do that? You can observe here. First we need to write B dot J equal to, let me write a value of 30, and then I will be calling a method called B dot show. What is our method name? Our method name show J, right? So show J, and then I am calling that method. So let us run this program first and let us check this program. So what should be our program name? Our program name should be this one. So let me save this program first. I think already 13 is there in my system, so I am renaming it as 17. I will change this one as 17. Okay. Now let us run this program. So you all know how to run the program and all. How to run this program? You need to move to the path where this file is available. So my file is available in this path. So you need to use java c command, and then you need to write your file name. So what is your file name? ex17 dot java, right? So if any error is there, that will be displayed here. If no error is there, you will be getting this one, and then finally you can write java ex17. So if you write like this, what is the output we will be getting? It will display the I value, because we are calling a.show. So it will go here and it will display the value of I. Okay, and then we are calling b.show. It will go here and it will display the value of j. Now here what I want to do is, let me assign b.I. For your understanding, b.I, if I assign, I is not defined in, observe, I is not defined in B. You can observe here, only J is defined, I is defined in A. But still I want to use this I value. Now let us run this program and check what it happens. Okay. So you can observe here, cannot find a symbol. Why? Because I is not defined in J. But still if you want to assign, then what can we do? We can write extends. Observe here what I am doing. I am writing here B extends class name, you can write. Okay, and then what happens? You can I want to print I and J values, so I am changing my method, or else we can write here b dot show I. Okay, b dot show I we can write. So if b dot show I you have written, then what happens? Whatever method you have written here, show I method will be called, and show I value will be displayed. So let us run this program and check whether how it will be working. Okay, so it will clear. Let us clear the screen and let us run this program. And if you observe here, whatever output error we got earlier, that has been solved here. Why? Because we have simply added a keyword called extends A, and because of that, I variable and show I method can be used by your object called B. Okay, so now let us run our program and let us check. You can see here I value and J value of object B has been displayed, which is 20 and 30, and I value of object A is also displayed here. So for your understanding, we can add one more system.out.println here. We can have here like this. We can have one more output statement where we can have object A values, and then we can have we can have, before this we can have object B values. Okay, so let me save this and run this program. And if you run this program, you can see object A values I value 10 and object B values I and J value has been displayed. Okay, so this is how one class can get the properties of another class. But here you need to understand why I am telling here is, one class getting the properties of another class simply by using the extend keyword, and only one class is involved here. So that this is an example of your single inheritance. Okay, I hope you all are clear with this concept of single inheritance. Practice this example and let me know if you are getting any problem here. Okay, so with this we can come to an end of today's class. In the next class we will see about multi-level inheritance in detail with the example. Let us all meet in our next lecture. Until then, thank you all of you.